Retroholic Gamers, to the channel where knowledge is free and experience is earned. Today I'm going to show you how to install a region-free N64 cartridge slot. I have with me a NTSC-J console that I'm going to place this cartridge slot in so that I can play my NTSC cartridges as well as my NTSC-J cartridges. Now, the way that Nintendo used to region lock their consoles was by these little tabs on the back of the cartridges. As you can see, the NTSC cartridges, which are the US cartridges, have a little tab on the very corner, whereas the NTSC-Js have a tab indented slightly inwards. That is actually how the POW cartridges are as well. However, they will only work with a POW Nintendo 64 console. That is basically because the consoles are designed that way to be used on either POW TVs or NTSC TVs. So they changed the US and the Japanese ones, as both in USA and Japan they used NTSC consoles, and in Europe and Australia they used POW. This was because of the wattage in the power supply that electricity companies were giving out, whereas in today's modern day TVs they make their TVs universal. So it doesn't matter what kind of wattage, whether you use 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz, TVs work anywhere and everywhere. If only consoles were the same. Modern consoles are, but retro consoles are not. So we need to do such things as this, or use the appropriate hardware with the appropriate TVs. So with that all being said and explained, let's jump into it and install our cartridge slot. Okay, so all you're going to need for this is an interchangeable screwdriver. I have a 4.5mm Nintendo security bit. You can't buy these from your regular hardware store or tech store. You're going to have to purchase one of these online if you don't already have one. The only other thing you're going to need is a 1.0 Phillips head screwdriver and your cartridge slot to make your NTSC console region free. Whether you have an NTSC or an NTSC-J, this is done exactly the same. So first things first, you're going to want to remove your expansion pack or jumper pack, whichever is in your console at the time, I guess. I have this little tool to do so. A butter knife or anything similar will do just the same. Put that aside and flip your console upside down. You will have 6 Nintendo security screws to remove. So let's do so now. So that's the 6 screws out, and just so you can see, my NTSC-J cartridge fits perfectly, and clearly the NTSC cartridge does not. So as we remove the top, that is the only piece we're going to need. You can sit the bottom half aside, change to your Phillips head screwdriver, and simply remove these 2 screws to get rid of your region locked cartridge slot. And out it comes. So as you can see, you've got your 2 little slots right there, and that is why your NTSC-J cartridge can be placed in, and clearly why your NTSC cannot. So to be honest, you could just remove this and you could put either cartridge in, but this basically acts as a guide so the cartridge fits directly into the cartridge slot correctly, whereas if it does not, you could go and damage your pins or the circuit board in your cartridge, thus ruining your game. Hence why we have this lovely 3D printed cartridge slot that is region free. It comes with new screws. As you can see, I have only just opened this. And our region-free cartridge does not have any tabs. Other than that, it is virtually the same. So we simply make sure we put it on the right direction. These two little circle tabs here fall straight onto our screw outlets. I don't know if you can put this on the wrong way or not. Let's find out. No. So as you can see, you can only put it on the correct way. So as we're changing this, we might as well put our new screws in. I could stick to the old ones, but they are a bit brassy and old. Might as well go with a new one. Perfect. There is no jiggle. There is a little bit of a noise when I jiggle it around. That is from our reset button. It is loose whilst it is open. But now our cartridges should go in hassle-free. Perfect. Let's put our console back together. Beautiful. There is no jiggle in those whatsoever. And then finally, we put our expansion cartridge back in, along with our little cover. Perfect. And our NTSC console is now region-free for US and Japanese cartridges. Of course, you could put a POW cartridge in, but as it is an NTSC console, it will not play our POW game. And there you have it, Retroholic gamers. We have now modded our console into a region-free console, allowing us to play NTSC-J cartridges and NTSC. Very simple modification, takes very little time, and at very little cost. You can pick one of these up for anywhere between about $5 to $15, depending on the person you buy it from. I believe you can get these 3D printed yourself if you have access to a 3D printer. I'll leave a link in the description to the plans to print one yourself if you do have access to one, or simply purchase one online from the many people who are selling them. And with that said, if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to see some more videos, and thanks for watching.